that sometimes you'll be in the crib and you'll be seeing that, yo, this bitch really got some unruly kids. Like, they need a pow pow on the hand. Like, they need a spanking. And like, you try to be nice about it and tell her what she need to do, because whether she's a single mother or not, she needs to be fucking led, and they won't listen and they'll take offense. And it's like the level of discipline that them kids need can only be given to them by their real father. The top 10 red flags men ignore on purpose because we love hoes. And it's something that men don't really want to acknowledge all the time, right? They be trying to live a certain type of life, but in all due reality, you really are having more fun with the hoes. And you're gonna want to stay to the end of this video, because number 10 is the number 1 red flag that men ignore on purpose, right? But starting with number 1, women who smoke and do drugs. If she smokes, if she does any kind of drugs, she's a hoe. It's really that simple. Not shaming her for being a hoe, but we just gotta acknowledge her for what it is. Like, women who smoke, women who do drugs, we talking about, I'm including vapes in this too, right? Vapes, ecstasy, cocaine, weed, right? Alcohol, right? These types of things. Alcohol is a drug, right? Hoes. Now, here's the thing though, right? Some people may hear what I just said and say, my girl drinks, she's not a hoe. My girl smokes weed, she's not a hoe. Okay, cool. Let's be fair, right? There can be some women who drink and they not hoes. However, I'm going to ask you this question. You watching this video or listening to this video right now, have you ever in your life heard of or came across a slut, a whore, a hoe who was sober all the time? No. And then women who especially drink a lot and they do like hard drugs, right? A lot of times, you know, they live a scandalous life and they do scandalous things, whether, you know, they sell a little bit of pussy every now and then, or she's a sugar baby with a sugar daddy, or she might be stripping, right? Or she's one of those chicks who she not strung out, but occasionally, you know what I mean, she'll fuck the weed man for some weed, or she do cocaine and she'll fuck the cocaine selling man, right? So she could get her whatever amount of cocaine she want to get, right? But these are the red flags that we ignore, man. Because in all due reality, and we really, like, we know this deep down, like, if you're really looking for a wifey, like someone who's gonna be your wife, we shouldn't be looking for it in a woman who, like, you meet in the nightlife, at the club somewhere, where people are drinking and smoking, or if she drinks and smokes, period. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a habit, a negative habit. I, for one, is somebody who, I deal with a plethora of women who partake in some of these things. And then I deal with women who, they don't partake in a lot of these things. Either way, I'm gonna get me some pussy, you feel me? It's really that simple. It's really that simple, man. But moving on to number 2. Red flags that men ignore. Single mothers. Now, I come from a family where there are a lot of single mothers, right? Not all of the women in my family are single mothers, but there are several. Personally, I know that some single mothers are good people, and they are deserving of a husband. But there's so much more, and I'm going to say majority, who are not worth anything more than fucking. Like, let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Where you get shit twisted is that you guys who don't live in abundance, you want to do more than just, like, sleep with them. How I personally feel is that most single mothers who had a child with someone else before you met them At most, they could be concubines, like the other woman. The main, most situations, cannot be someone who had a child with somebody else, because you may find out, or you will find out, that the reason why she's a single mother is a significant reason. She has some kind of like character flaw, some kind of character defect. And I'm going to say that's 75% of single mothers, right? The other 25, 30, 35% of them, they good people. They might have just, it ended up not working out, or the person who they was with died or whatever, and they probably deserve a fair shot. But the vast majority of them, no. You can have fun with them. You can be friends with them, right? But when it comes to like trying to like make them like your main, you got to deal with things like, if they kids are like younger, you got to deal with what I got to deal with sometimes, right? Which is why I don't cuff them, which is that sometimes you'll be in the crib and you'll be seeing that, yo, this bitch really got some unruly kids. Like, they need a pow on the hand. Like, they need a spanking, and like, you try to be nice about it and tell her what she need to do, because whether she's a single mother or not, she needs to be fucking led, and they won't listen, and they'll take offense. And it's like the level of discipline that them kids need can only be given to them by their real father, who's not fucking around, right? He's not around, right? Daddy is not around, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's just some of the things that you got to deal with when you're dealing with single mothers. It's a red flag that we all ignore, and I'm going to continue to ignore. Moving on to number 3 of the top 10 red flags that men ignore on purpose, because we like hoes. Tattoos. I see a lot of dating coaches, a lot of guys on the internet, they judge women for tattoos, right? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't judge women for tattoos. I got tattoos. How can a man be somebody with tattoos that judges a woman because she has tattoos and acts like she's some kind of like lower value or some type of shit like that? However, I would say that the location of her tattoos tells you how much of a red flag she is. If she got heavy ink on her neck, right? Heavy ink on her neck. If she got any kind of tattoos on her face, right? Then that is a woman who is severely broken. Because every woman I've ever come across that got a tattoo on their face, they have been touched in the wrong way. They have been in abusive relationships. Some of them, if they have children, they lost custody of their children. These are women who you're better off not even fucking, right? But if you choose to hit, do it at your own discretion. It's just another red flag that we all ignore anyway. Moving on to number 4, though. Ratchet behavior. And what I mean by ratchet behavior, I mean like a lack of manners. Masculine talking, like more often than not. Like being too loud when we in certain public places, right? Like it happens. And I also happen to be somebody who comes from a family of both ratchet men and women, and somebody who comes from the Bronx. And the Bronx, New York has some of the most masculine women you would ever come across. So where I'm in South Carolina, and I got family from New York that's down here, and I notice how the guys who they dealing with, they don't even know like the difference. Whereas I could tell a difference from where she's just being like regular, even though it's still masculine, and then when she's being like extra and when she's being disrespectful, right? Like I know the difference, and I'm totally fucking like comfortable around it, like extremely comfortable, right? And also, when you that nigga still, if she's not too severely broken, you can still get that feminine side out of her. But either way, it's a red flag that we love to ignore. It is what it is. Number 5, dresses like a hoe. By dressing like a hoe, I mean she got nipple piercings. First of all, nipple piercings is whole shit anyway, but she got nipple piercing. And she finds every excuse she can to dress and wear tops that show her nipple piercing through the shirt or through the dress, whatever it is. She wears clothing that shows the bottom of her booty. Always got a lot of cleavage out, you know what I mean? Things like that. Some of the women now, they like to show their thong line. As someone, I would say when in my early 20s, I used to be like bothered by this. But these days, in my approaching my mid 30s, I'm not bothered by it at all. And the reason why I'm not bothered by it is because not my bitch, not my girlfriend. I don't care. And also, I like dealing with women who deal with girls. So when you dealing with women who deal with girls, right? When they're dressed like that and you going out with them, they're peacocking. They're going to attract other girls that are like them, right? So if you want to step outside and your bitch is all modestly dressing and all that, that's less of an opportunity for you to nail a threesome at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at this current point in my life, I mostly like scandalous women because I'm really like not looking for a wife. I'm more so, I'm into women who could really like be my friend. And I have certain flaws and things about me at this current point in my life where it's like only certain kind of women can really like understand that and love me for who I am still. But like I said, it's just another red flag that men love to ignore. Some men, they can't ignore it and they be beefing with they bitch about it. I don't know why. It's not because what I gotta understand is she could dress modest. She could have a hijab over her head and dress like a Muslim woman every day, and she could still suck 1,000 dicks behind your back. So it's like it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Just don't cuff. If you that pressed about it, don't cuff and still see what kind of fun you can have. But moving on to number 6, came from a broken home. It's sad to say, but as a black man, I come from the black community where unfortunately half to most women come from some kind of broken home. I mean, so if you want to talk about it that way, almost all black men are definitely ignoring that red flag, right? And with that, we can keep it moving to number 7 as we get closer to number 10, which is the number 1 red flag that men ignore, right? So you want to stay here for that. But number 7, she had a hoe phase. Her having a hoe phase is definitely a red flag, right? Because she had a phase where she was being a hoe. She was a hoe during a certain phase, right? But guess what? Oh well. This is America. This is modern women. This is 2025, right? Every woman that you love is going to smash 20 to 30 men in her lifetime. These are the facts. Every woman who you're going to care about likely will have a season where she's running and gunning, okay? If she's liberal and she goes to college, running and gunning. Come from a broken home, running and gunning. These days, the best thing to do is just to see if she could conquer those urges and judge her based off of how she treats you, not off of the dicks that she sucked in the past, right? And just hope she brush her teeth. And especially if she don't bring no kids into the situation, you got off lucky. You know what I'm saying? I'm not being like a pessimist. I'm just telling you niggas to just accept things for what it is. Like, just accept it for what it is. This is just a fact of what's going on out here. Like, they fucking. If she loyal to you by the time you get with her, whoop-de-doo, man, you got a good one. You know what I'm saying? But moving on to number 8, right? Listens to Ratchet music. What I'm about to say is controversial. I may be seen as a fucked up nigga for saying this, but the only women who I deem fun are the women who listen to Ratchet music. Women who will stand in my living room, listen to Megan Thee Stallion, some Sexy Red, some Nicki Minaj, and just put their hands on their knees and twerk for hours at a time. Those are the women who I have the most fun dealing with. It is what it is, man. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Now, if you serious and you really like want to take a girl serious and you really want to see if y'all could go the distance, then of course, if you that man in her life, you should expect to be influential. Go ahead and curb her from that. Have her start having her listen to more like Sade and Anita Baker and all that. Like, get on that type of time. But it's still another red flag that we ignore, right? And going into number 9, right? Goes to the club on the weekends. I will let a chick slide if she goes to the club one Friday or one Saturday once a month. Let off some steam, right? But if she going out every weekend, she going out 2-3 times a month, right? That's a red flag. What are you looking for, bitch? That you out in the face of other niggas, getting drinks, playing kissy face, rubbing your ass on the man's dick if y'all really having fun and you really getting familiar, and then you gonna bring your funky ass home to me? What you looking for? You're trying to get drafted, bitch. You're trying to get drafted, man. And I ain't going for it. Let me know who you really are. I love women who let me know who they really are so I can move accordingly. Give me the freedom. And I suggest you guys do the same thing with your women, right? But going into number 10, the number 1 red flag that all men ignore. She fucks on the first night. Men say that you're supposed to care. But in all due reality, if you're a guy like me, you will find out that a lot of, or at least 2-3 girls who had a significant impact on your life, who you went some kind of distance with, you slept with that girl the first night. You slept with that girl the first night, right? I have at least 2 women who I still love, and they still give me counsel. I still give them counsel, who I slept with on the first night. And it led into a relationship. Now, it didn't work out in the long run for whatever reason. Maybe it'll work out in the future. But 1 or 2 of these women I still see when I go to New York and we hang out. We're likely to fuck, but if we don't, we don't, because we just cool like that and we accept each other for each other's flaws, right? And that's another thing about being one of them guys, where you got exes that you're still cool with and they still respect you and you can still like talk to them. You don't gotta fuck them, right? That's not a prerequisite, but y'all still cool. That means like you're not all the way like a scumbag, like fuck ass nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? But those are my top 10 red flags that men ignore on purpose every single fucking day. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.